If you're interested in the Dogman phenomena, you may have seen this graphic before. I know that I've used it in plenty of these videos. It shows the 7 types of dogmen that are said to exist, and a few words describing each one. Now what's interesting is, if you look at the 5th type of dogman on the chart, labeled Canine Variant 2, you'll very clearly see that it appears to greatly resemble a hyena. Why is this significant? Well, contrary to what many people think, hyenas aren't actually canines. This raises the question, if dogmen are canines, or at the very least seem to be canines, why does one type of them so closely resemble a non-canine animal? Even stranger, why do they look like an animal that doesn't have a documented population in North America, which is where these reports are coming from? Well, the more skeptical answer would be that these reports of hyena men are completely made up, and that the people that are responsible for fabricating these tales were simply lacking in zoological knowledge and believed that hyenas were canines when they spun these yarns. On the other hand, if these stories are true, it's not entirely unprecedented for there to be reports of animal men cryptids that aren't dogmen. Goat men, deer men, lizard men, just to give a few examples. They're described as seemingly bipedal, humanoid versions of these known animals. Now, what these cryptid men entities really are, where they come from, or why one of them resembles an animal that doesn't live in the same region of the planet that its cryptid man counterpart is reported in, that I can't tell you. But maybe those hyena men are some type of variation of these cryptid men. Of course, there is also the question of phenotype versus genotype here. That is to say, just because a cryptid looks like a hyena, or even just that eyewitnesses think it looks like a hyena in the heat of the moment, that doesn't actually mean it is related to hyenas. After all, we've established that hyenas resemble canines, but are something else entirely. Could these hyena men actually just be canines that resemble hyenas? The company responsible for the direwolf resurrection story that made headlines recently was criticized for just genetically modifying wolves to resemble direwolves rather than genuinely bringing back the species. Could this be a similar situation? An animal whose similarities to the hyena are only fur deep? What do you think? Do you believe in hyena men? What do you think that these hyena men really are? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's be honest, the idea that there are some hyena men out there, that does sound pretty ridiculous, right?